Have you ever walked into a room and thought, how did it get this crowded in here? Maybe it's that coffee table you've had since 1972, or the knickknacks your grandkids gave you over the years, all lovingly placed but now taking over the shelves. Or maybe it's just the little things, mail piling up on the kitchen counter, shoes scattered near the front door, that suddenly seem to be in the way more often than not. If that sounds familiar, you're not alone. As we get older, our needs change. And while our homes might still feel familiar and full of memories, they might not be working for us the way they used to. What once felt cozy can start to feel cluttered. And that clutter? It's not just annoying, it can be downright dangerous. A pair of shoes left on the floor could cause a fall. A too tight hallway filled with furniture could make it hard to get around safely. But here's the good news, decluttering doesn't have to mean tossing everything you love. And it doesn't have to be a huge, overwhelming project either. In fact, today we're going to look at 5 simple, room-by-room fixes that can make your home safer and more comfortable, without the drama. No big renovations. No tossing out your favorite things. Just thoughtful, gentle changes that make a big difference in your daily life. Because your home should support you, not trip you up. Let's start right where most of us begin and end our day, the bedroom. This space is meant to be restful, but for many people, it's a bit of a hazard zone. Maybe the nightstand is so full of books, glasses, and lotion bottles that you can't find your alarm clock anymore. Or maybe you've got a rug near the bed that shifts every time you step on it. These little things may not seem like much, but when you're getting up in the middle of the night and the room is dark, they can make a big difference. The first step is to take a look around your bedroom with fresh eyes. What do you actually use every night? What's just sitting there gathering dust? That pile of magazines on the chair from last winter, do you even read those anymore? Start small. Clear off your nightstand so the essentials, your glasses, your medication, a glass of water, are easy to reach. If you have lamps, make sure they're easy to turn on and off, and consider adding a touch lamp or one with a remote control. No more fumbling in the dark for a tiny switch. Then take a look at the floor. Is there anything you might trip over if you're not paying close attention? Decorative rugs can be beautiful, but they often bunch up or slide on hardwood floors. If you love the way they look, that's okay, you don't have to get rid of them. Just use non-slip mats underneath, or secure them with carpet tape. Better yet, consider simplifying. A clear floor path makes getting out of bed safer and gives your space a more open, peaceful feeling. Once your bedroom feels a bit more serene, move into the bathroom, that small space that causes big worries. It's no secret that bathrooms are a common place for slips and falls, especially with wet tiles and tight spaces. But again, no need to remodel the whole place. A few thoughtful changes can go a long way. Start by thinking about balance. When you get in and out of the shower or tub, is there something sturdy to hold onto? Towel racks aren't made for weight. If you've ever caught yourself grabbing one as you slipped, you know they can snap right off the wall. Install a real grab bar near the shower and another by the toilet. These days, they come in sleek designs that blend right in, so your bathroom won't look like a hospital room. Next, consider what's on the floor. Bath mats with rubber backings are great, but even those can slide if they're old or worn. Choose ones that grip firmly, and make sure there's no clutter around your feet, no stacks of extra toilet paper rolls or laundry baskets blocking your way. If bending to reach something is becoming a challenge, think about adding a shower caddy at chest height, or even a small bench in the shower to sit while washing up. You'd be amazed at how much more comfortable and safe a small bench can make things. The goal here isn't to strip away the personality from your home. It's to make sure every room supports how you live now. You're not the same person you were 10 or 20 years ago, and that's not a bad thing. In fact, it's something to celebrate. These changes aren't about giving things up. They're about giving yourself more freedom, more safety, and more peace of mind. So far, we've taken steps in the bedroom and bathroom, 2 of the most important places for safety and comfort. Making small adjustments in these areas can instantly ease your day-to-day life, giving you more energy and confidence as you move around your home. Now that those spaces are starting to feel more supportive, let's move into one of the busiest, most used rooms in any house. The kitchen. Now, this is a room filled with memories. Sunday breakfasts, late-night snacks, and maybe even a few famous family recipes passed down over the years. But as much as we love our kitchens, they can also be full of hazards. High shelves, overcrowded drawers, heavy appliances, these things can start to feel more frustrating than functional. Let's start with something simple: accessibility. How often do you find yourself bending down to get a pot from the bottom cabinet or reaching way up high for the sugar? These repeated motions, especially when done quickly or without support, can increase the risk of injury over time. Instead, think about what you use the most, maybe your favorite mug, the coffee canister, or your cereal bowl, and bring those items down to a comfortable, easy-to-reach spot. No climbing. No crouching. Just smooth sailing. One trick that works wonders is using pull-out drawers or baskets inside cabinets. These can slide out, so instead of digging around on your knees to find the lid for that plastic container, you can bring everything out in one smooth motion. No more mystery piles of mismatched Tupperware falling over every time you open a cupboard. Next, let's take a look at the countertops. Are they cluttered with gadgets, utensils, or unopened mail? It's easy for things to pile up, especially in a space where we're always doing something. But clutter on your counter can not only make cooking harder, it can actually be a danger if it limits your prep space or blocks your view of what you're doing. Clear a spot near the stove and another near the sink. Keep only what you use every day, like the toaster or the coffee maker, and tuck everything else away in a drawer or cabinet, where it's out of the way but still close when you need it. While you're at it, take a quick scan of your kitchen floor. Is there a rug in front of the sink? If so, make sure it's got a non-slip backing. And if your mat is worn out or curling at the edges, it might be time to say goodbye. I know, it can feel hard to part with something that's been there for years. But replacing it with something safer doesn't erase the memories. It just helps you make new ones, with a little more peace of mind. Another helpful tip? Lighting. You'd be surprised how many accidents happen just because someone couldn't see clearly. Adding a motion sensor nightlight under the cabinets or near the floor can guide you during those midnight snack runs without having to turn on the bright overhead lights. Now, from the kitchen, let's move to a space that often becomes the heart of the home, especially when guests come over, the living room. This is the place for cozy chats, catching up on your favorite TV shows, or just enjoying a quiet afternoon with a good book. But for all its comfort, the living room can hide quite a few hazards, especially if it hasn't been updated in a while. Start with the furniture. Is there enough space to move around easily? If you need a walker or cane, is there room to use it without bumping into things? A too tight layout might look charming, but it can make even short trips across the room feel stressful. Try shifting a few chairs or tables to open up walking paths. You don't have to change everything, just enough to give yourself room to move confidently. And let's talk about cords. Extension cords, power strips, lamp wires, they seem to have a mind of their own, always sneaking across walkways or lurking under rugs. Take the time to bundle and secure them. There are inexpensive cord organizers you can pick up at most hardware stores, or you can even tape them along the wall or baseboard. That way, they're out of your path but still within reach when you need to plug something in. The coffee table might also be worth a second look. If it's got sharp corners or if you find yourself bumping into it more often lately, consider swapping it for a round table or something smaller. Better yet, think about whether you even need one in the middle of the room. Sometimes, removing just one piece of furniture can open up the entire space and make everything feel lighter, physically and mentally. Another small upgrade that makes a huge difference? A sturdy, supportive chair. One that's easy to get in and out of, with arms you can push off of when standing up. If you have a favorite chair that's starting to sag or wobble, don't be afraid to look for something new. Comfort doesn't have to mean sinking into a seat you can't get out of. There are so many wonderful options now that blend support, style, and softness all in one. Lastly, just like in the kitchen and bathroom, take a moment to think about lighting. Can you easily reach the switches from your usual seat? Do you have enough light for reading, sewing, or doing puzzles? Table lamps with large, easy-to-grip switches or touch controls can be a game changer. And if you have trouble getting up to adjust the lights, a remote control plug-in device might be your new best friend. All these little adjustments, clearing pathways, taming cords, choosing the right chair, they add up. They make your space not only safer, but more enjoyable. And remember, this isn't about making your home look like someone else's idea of perfect. It's about making it work better for you, right now, so you can continue living with ease, joy, and independence. Next, we'll move into a place that often gets overlooked but plays a big role in how smoothly and safely your day goes.